Male disposability. Men know that for them to attain recognition, they gotta work hard for it. For a man to attain anything of significant value, he has to prove himself. Men know that. And that's why men don't mind doing monotonous tasks to prove that I'm better than. Look at any sport. Any sport requires discipline to prove that you're better than. Whether it's basketball, dribbling, shooting threes like Steph Curry. Back in the day it was Michael Jordan. He can dunk a certain way. Now the subject matter is Travis Hunter. He plays a certain way in terms of NIL, and he's about to sign a contract into NFL. But males, they have to be brilliant. They have to be fantastic to register because the competition is so strong. It's very strong competition as far as who's going to be the best, who's going to showcase to be the whether it's the strongest male or the fastest male. Back then it was Usain Bolt. Now there's a young Australian guy, a South Sudanese guy who was just killing it. Okay, so male dominance is about understanding that you need to compete on a higher level. But in spite of that capacity to be dominant, is a disposability element of it. Think about World War I, World War II, where even just the Ukraine war. I remember there was a war that was going like in terms of Russia and everything else. There was a guy talking about how guys were just being put forward as a fodder, like basically the meat grinder. So as much as males can be brilliant, males can be tricked or made to believe that they're less than. So the brilliance of males is very apparent. You can see it in Usain Bolt, you can see it in Michael Jordan, you can see it in Travis Hunter, sorry. Okay, you can see it in the rappers. You can see it. We can see that in Elon Musk. We're not talking about the patriarchy here, however you want to package it, but we can see that the brilliance that occurs. You can see it in Steve Jobs when with Apple. But yet at the same time, on the other spectrum, is the disposability thereof. To do without, to dispose of, to get rid of. Now I've highlighted people that like of higher caliber, but there's men that are not known that do things that are critical. Surgeons, doctors, engineers, bridges you drive past, guys who are making sure that the asphalt is maintained. Guys that put their backs to work, their shoulders to work. Some of them even suffer because some of that toxins that they inhale on the roads when they're building roads and bridges and everything else, it kills them. Some of them they die because they experience such a huge betrayal and they self-delete. But in spite of their strong contribution, there's a disposability, aspect to it. And this is no more like the best demonstration is on social media because women go out bashing guys, but the majority of women are wealthy because of men. There's not many self-made millionaires or billionaires. Yes, we have exceptions to the rule. Oprah Winfrey, yes, self-made, so to speak, self-made. But the majority of women inherited it from the men who are breaking their backs. So what's the point to my message? What am I talking about here? I'm talking about if you are easily disposed of, build yourself up for yourself. Serve the Most High. Build yourself up for yourself. And have critical thinking to understand that anybody you invite into your life, they have to serve a purpose. If it does not sit well with you, dispose of them because they will dispose of you. You only register as of great importance because you are of value. If not, you're disposed of. the female is assumed to be inherently of value despite of the lack, like any lack of skills. Like she don't have to hold any skills for her to be. That's why women will say dumb things like I am the table. Back in the day, at least women broke, a sense of, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. But now you got women that believe that just because they turn up, that brings value. So the message for me I want to highlight is the fact that people perceive you in spite of your skill sets, disciplines they've taken years to hone on. You're still perceived as disposable. And the biggest thing that males desire, apart from their work, the labor, the enjoyment of the labor, is women. And women will make a man who is worth all kinds of like status, worthy of praise in different disciplines, make them feel less than if the man allows it. Because the woman just would just like, I'm the prize and everything else. We have, the Disney syndrome thing where you have the peasant becomes a princess. Now we don't forget that the princess becomes a queen if the marriage goes ahead. And what does happen in regular day-to-day folk is that men that are hardworking get with women who are they got nothing going on for them. And then there's women when they get into this world, they start to say, "Hey, I can have all this. If he was gone, I can have all of this." And because the man's grinding so hard, let's say he goes, she gets to inherit all that or has access to all of that. So as men, we need to be astute as to understand our value while we're alive and dispose of those people that don't bring value to us, because we are disposed of when we don't bring value to society. We're not even looked upon when we have not killed ourselves trying to compete against other men. So the male disposability is very real. It causes depression because, in spite of the fact you're being an athlete or whatever you might be, that registers in society's importance, a woman can deduce you to nothing because of our beauty. And then you can marry the wrong person, partnered up. I don't like the word partnered up because you either have a wife, but if you align yourself with a woman that is socially desirable, she may not still esteem you in spite of the fact of your status. So the male desirability is based on that which it contributes to the world. And his disposability is, even if he's in that limelight, if you fall short in any way, it's disposed of. So as men, we need to focus on the sense of who we are as people, our trajectory. And if you are to let a woman accompany you on your journey, make sure she has fundamental value and she has to add value to to what you're doing, because we're disposed of so easily in spite of our great value that we bring to this world. Anyway, hopefully I got something out of this. All right, go ahead, like, subscribe, and share. Get the word out. Peace, love, and blessings.